I'm one, in a long line of other ones who write or type words or numbers, 011 or 110. We type it out, but we don't exactly break the code. And here, where the ivy grows like a sarcastic ode to a place we will never be, we learn all these wonderful things, these academic things, and we're told we're the cream of the crop, we're at the top of this world. This game, we're being taught how to play. Rules about theories and budgets and thoughts, and don't get me wrong, I've always considered education my method of attack, my way to fight back against anyone who ever scoffed at the possibility of me just wanting to be me. At the books I'd read, the questions I'd ask and then follow with a magnifying glass and a piano, but I can't help but wonder if there's more to it all than this, and that we're missing the point. When we study footnotes for breakfast and regurgitate them out, and exhausted for dinner, we drink our meals with strangers, wondering if we'll get drunk enough to take each other out so we can find someone, some place to own, even if just for one night. And we've seen what's growing in the branches of the nuclear family tree, its radioactivity and mutated fruit. We need all the protection we can muster to reach and uproot all toxic ties, but I've seen so many surrender to pursuing Stepford lives without putting up a fight. As if Orange County drama was ripe for the picking, as if perfect teeth and bad acting were the only things we've all been missing. And if we can find that one beautiful distraction, he'll take us to his poolside mansion and maybe one day pay for the liposuction. But the closest beach I can see within reach of here is cold and gray. So maybe these fake tans and smiles are just diversion from the day-to-day mundane snow and rain. But there's no excuse for wearing ignorance like an accessory, because somewhere someone's gonna pay more for it than you did. Because you can say, things are okay now, my mom makes more money than my dad. That doesn't change the fact that women make the clothes we wear on our backs get reduced to hand-stitching swift under flickering factory lights for less than the amount of change many of us would consider giving the homeless downtown. And I don't mean to preach, I admit I have my vices, but what's the point of having the privilege of a voice if not to speak up and use it? Because you have to admit there's something strange about a place when it prides itself on its universality, and yet its prestige drowns out the very voices that would expand its educational mentality, shushing them to basement rooms to rant and rally. Meanwhile, the leaders of tomorrow are watching girls wrestle in KY jelly. And this is a slippery slope, and it trickles down to the simplest exchanges. Handshakes are now accompanied with the questions, who are you, and what can you do for me, because your existence isn't enough unless you're selling it to me for free. And the more hints we receive about a cultural apocalypse, the more we throw back shots of apathy and blink, thinking we'll just wait it out and watch the reports on TV. And I've seen young women sneer at the thought of feminism, jeering, well, what has it done for me lately? If you have to ask, then clearly you aren't listening, so that's why we still need to scream and write, and leave graffiti streaking the streets and scratching out Maybelline, maybe she's born with it, billboard smiles, expose the normal for all it is, a myth. Let's quit trying to live up to it because it doesn't exist. And privileged places dig the deepest graves, and we're burrowing quick. They did ask us to engage the world, but tunneling under and hiding through its dirt to cover our Lululemon assets isn't what I had in mind. But every so often, these numbers step out of line, push past the remains of a sickly old tree revered but past its prime, say, oh, we'll engage the world with or without Her Majesty on our side.